Okay, welcome back to Kimbo's Crafts. I'm Kimbo, and this is my channel where I go over all things crafts and kind of craft adjacent, like journaling, planning, those sorts of things. So today I kind of wanted to give an update about my Delfonics pouch. I have an earlier video about when I first received it and packed it for a trip. Long story short, I ended up not going on that trip, but I did use the same pack on a separate trip I took that was just a real quick 2-day trip. I flew over to help my sister in a move, and I decided to give my pouch, just threw it in my bag to see if I would use it. I mean, we were very busy, but I figured I'd give it a try since I didn't get to use it as I had intended. And with that in mind, I do have some ideas of updates that I wanted to make to it and things that I wanted to try instead. So first of all, as mentioned in a comment on my last video, the idea of putting Velcro on, I was thinking of buttons or snaps because I have those as well, but it turns out those are just more time investment to sew them in than I currently have. So I went with Velcro, stick-in Velcro, and they're actually pretty good and stuck in there. So some of them not. So shout out to that comment for adding these. So I added these. Most of them are stuck in really good. Probably later down in the line when they start not being so stuck in, I'll sew them down. Maybe I'll put a little sewing kit in here when I'm traveling, so when I have downtime on the plane I can sew them in, something like that. But currently not in my wheelhouse to sew them in at the moment. It would be very hand sewn, but I just wanted to update that I did put in those Velcro. I think that makes it better. I do have, for instance, in this pouch, I put in this string cutter. Now I also do fiber arts sorts of things. You know, I can embroider, crochet, knit, those sorts of things. So I got one of these. It cuts thread and it's safe to take on a plane for obvious reasons. It doesn't cut really anything else very well, but it has these little tiny blades in it. So I figured for times when I pack this in my carry-on, because very often I pack just carry-ons because of just short trips, not wanting to deal with possible lost baggage or having to wait for it to arrive. So just in general, I take a lot of backpacks. So you can't take full scissors, although these would be the scissors that I would stick in here if I was checking the bag in the future. But on my next trip, I'm not planning on doing that. So these have little tiny blades in those, and they're good for pulling string across and cutting. I bet you could use it like a mini razor if you really had to. I don't know. I figured I would put it in case. You never know when you might need to cut a string, I guess, and it's not very big. So I've got those in there. I have yet to put anything else in those, but I mean, with that Velcro pouch, that's not coming out. I also Velcroed the back for this pouch pocket. I left this one open. This is the actual Velcro this pouch comes with. And I think this would be more like large receipts, ephemera, pamphlets that I use in my scrapbooks kind of thing. That would be what I would probably use that pouch for. So I've got the pouches Velcroed. I haven't yet filled them in. I do have my little glue stick here. And then honestly, probably take my gold and silver gel pens. They are my faithful companions, always. Yeah, so after taking this on my trip, I have another trip planned. If you saw my video last week, I have a trip coming up. In fact, by the time this video comes out, I will probably already be on that trip. So then I can give you another update on how I use it on that trip. That'd be fun. So I want to repack this to take on my trip to Chicago. And it will be on a carry-on. And as you can see, it holds a lot of things. So I guess I should just take it all out. We can repack it from there. Okay. Oh. Okay, that's all of it. So I'll see if I can work some video editing magic and put pictures in this video of when I used this on my last trip. I used it with my traveler notebook, which fits perfectly well, actually, as you can see. But I actually didn't pack it with my traveler notebook in it. I had all of these things in there instead, and it was just sort of an auxiliary pouch to having my traveler notebook. My traveler notebook went with me in my purse kind of thing. It was much more, and as you can tell, it's gotten pretty stuffed since the last time you might have seen it, but it was much more available than I had my pouch. My pouch was more in my luggage, and that was in my purse. And so I have yet to use this in tandem with it packed together. But probably for the trip to Chicago, I won't be taking my traveler notebook, because so far my trip has been recorded in this Clever Fox travel journal. I'll link at the end of this video to the video that goes over the different kinds of traveler notebooks. I do think this one works best for my little weekend trips that I'm taking kind of within the States, because it has so much broken down organization to where you're staying and those sorts of things. And so I think that's ideal for that kind of trip. It just doesn't have too much room, but I actually do think it has a good deal of room. So for instance, towards the back, you've got all of this space. So you've got several pages, travel journal pages, which I'm only there for 5 days, I think, 6 or 5 days. So I can use an entire page for each day, which is plenty. Memorable moments, great for pictures, drawing, those sorts of things. I don't know if I'll actually use this page. And then you've got your notes and ideas, just more pages. So even though they're broken out into journals, travels, ideas, those sorts of things, they're all usable pages. And for a quick trip, it'll work just fine. I don't think I need to bring my traveler notebook for that trip. I'll probably just stick with this one. And then this pouch, I got this from my Archer and Olive mystery pouch, mystery box. Oh, I've got a big glue stick in there. I don't think I need one that big. No, I don't think so. And then in here I currently have my Sharpie pens kit that I got. This was actually on sale at my local store right after what would be the return to school sale, basically. So I got these, I think, half off, and obviously I already had plenty of pens, but I like the little set that came with its own kind of kickstand. And they're Sharpie pens, which are always really good, archival quality. That doesn't have to go in here. At the moment I have it in here, but the pouch is really intended to hold ephemera. It's bigger than the pouches I've had in the past, and so I think it'll fit things a little better than I've been able to fit them in the past, and then I can keep them all protected separately. At the moment, just for condensation, I'm kind of putting the pens in there with it. So the next thing, I truly love this Kodak Step Printer. I used it a lot on my last trip. I printed pictures for my journal and also just gave some to my sister. It's just really nice to have them. They are sticky stickers. They peel completely off. They stick down perfect. I can't brag, or not brag, but I can't just say enough about how great this little photo printer is. You can make collages. I did that on my last print, but it's really hard to see what's on that collage because obviously it's really small. But those are options. Those are options you can use. And I love it. I just love it. Obviously I need to bring extra pages. So it's a zinc printer is what it's called. And it prints by exposing the picture paper to light. That's how it works. So it doesn't actually have ink in it. It uses a light print. And so anyway, they come in packs of 10. So there's a couple of those refills for me to take. Here's some frames that came with the kind of beginner kit that I got. I've used them in the past in previous videos, so I've been packing them along just because never know when you want to use one, just to zazz up a page a little bit. Probably definitely going to use them on the next trip. So those go packed in there, and of course you want to have your charging cable. Now this is the first generation step printer, so it has this kind of specific charging cable. I don't think it's necessarily proprietary. It looks like it's similar to other ones, but I don't know what it's called. Everything is moving towards USB-C, which is just kind of your generic I don't have one really handy right now to show you, but it's just oval. And it uses all your Android thing. Everything is moving to USB-C. And I think the second generation or the newest generation step printer has that. So one day when this one bites the dust and I don't know how to fix it, I will gladly upgrade to the slightly skinnier one that makes it so I don't have to carry around its specific charger. But for now, I've got to carry that. Otherwise it might die and then it's gone. The next thing I'm going to pack is the Tombow tape runner, in case I want to tape down any ephemera, receipts, those sorts of things. That's a really good tape runner. It comes highly reviewed. I had a really hard time using it on incredibly slick surfaces. As if you've seen my evolution videos, you would see that it just didn't stick very well to incredibly slick things like plastic. So for that, I do prefer my Elmer's tape runner. That's what I use for my projects now. But I do have the Tombow, so I need to give it a use. And so we're going to go ahead and use it for our travel notebook packing. And then I got these little tiny Wite-Out Minis. It's best to just not need it, but it's nice to be able to white it out real quick instead of scribble it out. Most often I try to cover up my spelling mistakes with stickers if I can, but if I can't, there's that. Okay. Now, the biggest update I want to make is my washi tapes. So I have sets of washi tapes and they're great, but they're very weird shaped. And so I'm going to use a old piece of, well, a scrap piece of card stock paper from my evolution project. And that's why I had my scissors out. And that's how I'm going to pack my washi tapes for me to take. So stick with me. That was very smooth. Okay, so I want to pick out some of the washi tapes that I would be packing with me. This is not a washi tape. This is a PET tape. Very cool. Not exactly what I need right now, though. Okay, so I have so many washis. Are there any? Nope. Hang on, let me look. I know I have specific travel ones, so. There we go. Ta-da. Okay. So let me see if I can get them peeled out. What I'm going to do here is transfer the masking tape to my card. And this is going to take a while, to be honest. But this way, because masking tape will just re-stick. It's not a one and done kind of situation. And this way I can take the wheel of washi and make it flat. And then I'll be able to put it in my pouch, one of these pouches for sure. I also have some more travel stickers to add. Those are usually in small pages. And I'm going to probably put them in that pouch that's holding the pens. But for now, I have yet to go through those. But I'll go through those, get some more options. Because while the passport, or not the passport, but the travel journal comes with a set, it also has a pouch that can fit more. So I'm going to slip them in there probably. That's where I'm going to put them. And it just comes with 2 or 3 pages. And that's just not enough for me. If you haven't noticed by watching my other videos, I like to use a lot of stickers. I like to have different kind of design languages for them. So I'll toss a couple in there and then I'll be really, really ready to go. And so I'm going to keep going at this. I'm going to fill this with the different kind of washis that I want to take with me. And then I'll throw it in my bag. And then I'll give you an update when I go on my trip. See how it turns out. Thank you.